Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Arrow Season 6. So the first thing I want to say is Happy New Year. I did say it in my last video yesterday, but when this video comes out, it should be 2018 everywhere in the world. So happy 2018 to everyone. Hopefully you had a good celebration on New Year's Eve, celebrating getting into the new year of 2018, and hopefully everyone had a good 2017 and is looking forward to having, or looking promising for this 2018 and this new year ahead of us. So obviously we're in the mid-season break of Arrow. Arrow will be back in just over 2 weeks from now, so I will play the promo for that mid-season premiere again before we jump into some more stuff about the mid-season premiere. So yeah, let's watch that promo again just to refresh our minds.
If Cayden James has a posse, then maybe we need to even the playing field.
What are we gonna do here?
We're forming a team.
You don't go into the field with people you can't rely on.
I can stop him.
We have a very large problem.
Arrow. New episodes return Thursday, January 18th on the CW.
Now, when the mid-season finales ended, they did release the promos the day after or something like that, but the one thing they did not release after that, and we actually only got it recently, was actually the synopsis for the mid-season premiere. So we finally got it. The episode is called Divided. So yeah, let's go over that synopsis or description for this episode. Despite losing half his team, Oliver remains confident that he, Felicity, and Diggle can stop Cayden James and Black Siren. However, when he discovers one of Cayden's secrets, he decides to team up with an unlikely ally. Meanwhile, Dinah spends time with Vince. So obviously we have that divided Team Arrow, hence the name Divided because of what happened in the mid-season finale. Basically, shit hit the fan, to put it simple. So we have old Team Arrow of Ollie, Diggle, and Felicity, and then we have the new Team Arrow of, or the new members of Team Arrow from last season, that being Dinah, Curtis, and Renee, or Wild Dog. So I think it's going to be interesting to follow both of those teams. I think with old Team Arrow, it's going to be them struggling and thinking, oh god, what's happening here? While new Team Arrow is going to be more promising and believing in themselves, saying, look, we left that team. They didn't believe in us. They didn't trust us. So let's show them what we can do. It's going to be more uplifting, I guess, when we follow the new Team Arrow, might I say, in this episode, while old Team Arrow will be a bit dreary and a bit, well, not promising, if you want to say that. But I think it's definitely going to come to a head this episode, both of those teams going after the same targets, most likely in this episode, and possibly getting in each other's way. So it's almost going to be like at the beginning of last season when Ollie was out there doing his thing and we had like Wild Dog out there sort of getting in the way of Ollie and what he was trying to do. So I think that could be a very interesting element of this episode, and I wonder if new Team Arrow might actually get one up on the old Team Arrow at some stage in this episode, because I think it will just be Ollie or Green Arrow out in the field and it won't be Diggle out there because he's still struggling with what he was struggling with. Now, of course, in that synopsis, they do talk about a Cayden James secret, but what the hell is this secret? Now, I guess the big thing to come from this, or the big thing to think that could be this secret, is that it has something to do with his son. But anyway, due to discovering this, Oliver teams up with an unlikely ally. So I guess the big question that comes from this, is it someone that we saw on that group of baddies at the end of the mid-season finale? Is it Black Siren? Is it Anatoly? Is it someone like that? Or is it possibly someone involved with computers and all that? Because obviously Cayden James, computer dude, maybe they need a computer dude on their team. Maybe Felicity is a bit occupied. Maybe they need someone else to come and help. Or maybe they need someone that knows about Cayden James and how he runs. So this could be someone such as Alina, who was of course involved with Helix, and we saw early this season sort of like alerting Felicity about Cayden James and what he was planning. Or could it possibly be the Calculator, who is of course Felicity's father? But then again, would that really be an unlikely ally now that Oliver and Felicity are married? Like, he was at the wedding reception and all that. So I don't know if he'd be really seen as an unlikely ally, but anyway. But regardless of who Oliver teams up with, you would have to think, as I said before, that whatever this secret with Cayden is, could possibly have to do in some way with his son, as they do seem to be driving home that plot point of, my son, I was locked up and something happened to my son. They seem to be driving home that plot point with Cayden James this season. In the synopsis as well, they also talk about Dinah spending time with Vince, who, if you don't know, is actually Vigilante. Yes, we're having like traumatic flashbacks to that identity reveal and crawling up into a ball and starting to cry. But anyway, does anyone else agree that this is like extremely forced or just being used to give Dinah's story? Like, I think it's going to be very uninteresting. They could easily do something else with her, but they seem set on doing this. Like, really, Vigilante just ended up being a Dinah Drake plot pusher, if that makes sense. But then again, if she can somehow get in with him a bit, reconcile, he could be the way for our heroes to get the front foot on our group of villains headed by Cayden James. But speaking of Cayden James heading that group, I don't think he will actually be doing that for much longer. I believe he will actually be getting killed sometime soon by a number member of that group, that being Richard Dragon or Ricardo Diaz. Michael Emerson, who plays Cayden James, apparently, I need to stress that, apparently, has a free schedule in early this year, so 2018, when they should still be filming this season of Arrow. So yeah, that sort of gives away that something is happening to him. Whether that be that he is killed off, by one of the groups, maybe Richard Dragon, or he possibly gets locked up again as he was before this season. So they could, maybe someone frames him or just, sets him up and he gets arrested again. And maybe that's why Michael Emerson is free for a certain points at the beginning of 2018. But I guess we will have to wait and see about all of that. I do want Ricardo Diaz to step up a bit, but I understand why they aren't rushing him in this season. Just tease him to us, underplay and undersell him a bit, and then bring him into the spotlight with a bang, with a big moment such as, possibly killing Cayden James. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it would be awesome if you could drop a like on it. Let me know in the comments section down below. What are your different thoughts on this? What are you expecting in the mid-season premiere? Who do you think the unlikely ally is that Oliver teams up with? It's not Roy Harper. He hasn't started filming his scenes yet, so don't write Roy because it's not him. So yeah, who do you think the unlikely ally is? Just let me know in the comments section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. As I said, Happy New Year to everyone, and I'll catch you on the next video. Goodbye.